Good day, everybody. It's Max, and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program Destiny, where we're going for all the achievements of all the things. That's right. And we are working on the blueprints in this episode, once again, to doing the speed run Mission Impossible challenge. So, of course, there are two achievements out of the 100 that we have to do that are time-based. One is 25 hours and one is 10 hours, right? We have to get to the end of the game in 10 hours, and we are working on the blueprints for that and doing all the things. Now, how are we doing with that so far? Not too bad. We did a stage 1 test there last week, and the stage 1 test went good, but it was about an hour and 47, I think it was. Yes, there were a few tweaks that had to be, like I missed a power pole and a few other things. But overall, not bad, right? I mean, we're shooting for 10 hours, hour 45. We got the red and blue science up and running. And I think that's pretty good. Now, of course, today isn't an actual run of anything. We're still in the building stages for phase, well, I'll call it phase 2 building, right? So, of course, we're building machines now, and we're going to be moving on now to the ice planet. Now, we actually did a little ice planet exploration, but, of course, one of the things about building stuff is you'll probably do it several times. You'll do it several times, people. It's just the way it is. You're going to do it all kinds of times. You'll do it all kinds of times because it's just crazy. So, it is what it is. And you'll after doing it like several times, you'll finally figure out, you'll get closer and closer to the way you want the build to work and all that stuff. So before we get started, a big thanks to recent subscribers as their name scrolls across the screen, to the chat live. Of course, I appreciate it very much. And of course, to everybody that watches later. Today isn't an overly exciting day. Of course, we're going to do some builds. We're going to prep for solar sails. We're also going to do the build prep for 2 or 3 other things here. where's my screen of things? Oh, that's right. Graphene. Right. Ice cubes, graphene, all the things. Yeah. Solar sails. Yep. Okay. And processors. Then I'd like to take the very end of the stream to show you what it takes to actually turn this into like a buildable blueprinting type scenario where, we'll talk about the scenario of like titanium as an example, and about how you would not build this. Yes, I built this. I built this, but this is not what you would build during the run, right? This is the completed product. But this is not how the build would start. This is how it would end, right? You kind of have to engineer backwards from that. So let's have a look here. We are on the ice planet, and so we came from the home planet. We're here now on the ice planet. We of course are here for that wonderful fire ice. And of course we're using some of that fire ice. Actually, we're using all the fire ice at the moment to run power. Because power's a thing, people. You need power, and you need a lot of power, it turns out. So we are running power, all the things here. But let's have a look at the planet, see what we got going on. So now just to kind of give direction as to how this will go. When I first landed on the planet, this was the first power station I built. And of course, as you can see there, it's fine. Then I ran this line of power poles across to this titanium over here. And this is kind of the closest. I don't even know what word to use there. This is kind of the closest ish titanium that you can get, and it has to be done. It has to be done first, people. It's got to be done first. When we hit this planet, titanium has to be done first. It's got to happen. Well, then why did you put your power plant so far away, Max? And whatever. Well, again, it all depends on the order of build and a whole 9 yards. I may put this power plant in first instead of the other one, and then go straight up here to do this. But this is what we work out as part of the whole run. We work out, as you're building the pieces and then seeing how they fall together, this might have been the first power plant over here that I built and then decided to build this. But this power plant might, after I get everything built in here, I might decide, okay, when I first come to the planet, I do this power plant, I build this titanium piece, I then come over here, build this silicon piece, I then build this piece, and on we go. So this was the first power plant over here. As you can see, we got lots of blinky things over here. There's lots of blinky things. But I think we're going to change some of this design. Yeah, I think so, because that's the thing I do. And I think what I'll be doing is... this is the green. These are the green circuits. All right. So as you can see here, we have way too much iron being made and not enough copper, but we'll live with it. Iron and copper, of course, are making green circuits. At the same time, we're also using that copper and silicon to make us these. What are the machines called anyway? I never know what they're called. Okay, yeah, microcrystalline components, right? They're part of yellow chips, right? Or orange chips. So, of course, we do that. And then, of course, we're going to combine green chips with that to get yellow chips, which, of course, are currently just being shoved into a box. Now, that's because we need yellow chips coming up in purple science, and then of course green science. So we got to get that build started, right? Now, just to swing this up and around. So what are we doing today? Well, we got to do a couple more builds here. Like I said, I'm probably going to change a little of this build because where's stone? That's the first thing I need to find. Do we have any stone close to here? Is that the closest stone? I mean, that's a bit of a bummer if it is. It is what it is. It's not like I'm getting a choice here, right? It's not like, oh, I wish I had a second choice. Well, yeah, if I had a second choice, there'd be a stone like right down here, and that would be awesome. But that's not the choice you're given. You got to work with what you got, people. You got to work with what you got. So I guess this is... Well, the nice part is that there are 2 stone veins up here, so I guess when one gets a little low, if that's the case, then we always have the second one to rely on. I guess that's a good deal. Because that's going to be an issue with the titanium, right? Titanium is going to need a little bit of a boost at some point in time. You'll notice here, this is why the silicon is over here. It's got 2 veins feeding it, right? So this should be more than enough for this to go the entire distance. The reason we were looking for that stone is for triangles, right? We need the stone for glass, we need glass for triangles, and then we need the triangles for goo, right? But to make goo, you need green circuits. I know, right? And of course, here are the green circuits. So if the stone was down here, I would make the glass down here and then just branch off this here to make goo down here. But that's not going to work that way, right? So now, how am I going to get some of these green circuits to come back this way is the question, right? Well, I don't know. Gee, you know what? Doesn't matter. You'll have to get them back here at some point in time. So let's get this glass made. That's the first thing you got to do. All right. Glass it is. Towards the end of the episode, we're actually going to fly back. We're going to fly back, have a look at the... we'll have a look at the main planet, the home planet. We got several builds going on there, because let me show you the blueprint book, people. Yes, look at this. We got some extra stuff going on. Is that under speedrun stage 3, or did I actually move it yet? No, I didn't move it yet. I was pretty sure I had. Did I not? Pretty sure I made the blueprints for it. Well, there's the power plants. No, that's the things. It's not under other already. Nope, that's not it. Well, okay. I had all these blueprints made. What did I do with them? Did I accidentally delete them? Now that wouldn't be the first time. I'll tell you right now. I've done that. Oh, here they are. Look at that. See? Ta-da! There they are. Look at that. Blueprints all over the place. And I will take you back to the home planet. We'll have a look at these here towards the end. The 3 builds of plastics, the 3 builds of organic crystals. Of course, then you got diamonds, blue clovers, all the things. Jamie, what's up? I do have it on too. Man. Let me click the button. There it is. Thanks, James. I appreciate it. All right, so let's get this glass done and built. And you know what? I even looked at it. I even looked at it today and said, yeah, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to turn it off before I get started. But I guess I just got so excited about starting that I kind of missed it. How much of this glass are you going to need, Max? I don't know. 21 machines. Well, do you want to go for 24? Okay, let's do that. Why 24? Well, okay, so we're using Mark II belt. Mark II belt runs 720 items a minute, right? Turns out that will feed 12 machines if you're using Mark II belt. And if you had two sides of sixes, so like you had 6 on one side, 6 on the other, and the green belt going down the center, that would give you one full belt used in machines. Now, of course, the other thing there is obviously 6 FARs are 24. We only need 21. But just to keep things nice and even, Stevens in the brain, we'll go with 24 on the things. I know I was so good lately. I was so good. I was so good with the overlay lately. Oh my! You know what? Maybe I can find an OBS thing where it puts it on a timer, right? And then it would just automatically do the switching for me, because that would make it so much easier. That would make it so much easier. But well, it's fine. It's fine. Listen, before you get all excited with those, you should do this. Okay. Because 132. That stinks. Yeah, we need better than 132. So of course these lines hold 720, right? So it's got to come to it's got to go to 720, dude. Is 4 the best you can get out of this, man? Give me a break. It's 165. That's terrible. Really? This little jetty. This little jetty is a really mess. You can't get any closer into this thing. It's terrible. I mean, look at this. I mean, you can go 6-7 here, right? 231 again. So what's that? 230, 460, 500 and some. 500 and some. Great math, Max. Great math. That'd be 600 and some. Well, okay. This is really bad. 600 and some. Can you get that fourth one? No. You know what? I'm gonna get that fourth one. Gosh darn it! Listen, give me the fourth one. Yeah, give me that. I'll take 165, right? And then, so that would be, what's 165? I don't know what this one was. 231. Did you want to go for one more somewhere's over here, Max? Sure. All right. So obviously this is a challenge today, people. This is a challenge. Holy smokes. Let's see if we can't get 2 in this way. I'd really like to have that. I'd love to have that 231, and I'd like to have 231 on this one too. There we go. So that's 460. Look at that. So that's 460. That's 230, 460, 690. Yeah, that's really close. So of course, if you come over here, that's 165. So that's definitely going to get you another line, dude. So there's 4 lines. So if I take it this way and take it that way, I think we'll get 2 lines of 720 out of this. So let's work with that. Okay, that's the quirkiest line I've ever seen. There we go. Always have to find things to make it easier, just like blueprints. Yeah, right? I mean, it's crazy. Well, I mean, and it's not that, I don't know if it's, I wouldn't call it a habit that I've had lately. It's just, you get you get focused, right? You're focused on the objective, and, you want to get stuff done for the day and all the things, and your brain just decides, you know what? That thing is just there, right? And at the same time, I want to make sure that the outline is up, because of course I want to see the lines going with the recent subscribers and those who have contributed. everybody deserve, those people, deserve a little recognition, and I want to make sure they get that too, right? So, I don't want to skip that part, but at the same time, I don't want it blocking everybody's view either, right? So, it's just the way it is. I've accepted the fact that, you know what, sometimes, Max, you're just gonna make a mess, and maybe if you find some automated way to fix it, it'll be a really good deal. It'll be a really good deal. Listen, do I need this glass for anything else besides this? I think I do. What do you need this glass for? Yeah, I need it for these guys. But you're not doing that here. No, titanium glass can't be made here, dude. Do you know why? There's no water on this planet. So unless you're going to truck in water. Well, is that a thing I should do? It wouldn't be the first time. Now, why is that? Well, I mean, you need it for titanium glass. And what do you need titanium glass for? Oh, I'm sure there's something. Plane filler. Oh, plane filler. Nah, you know what? You're making Casimir crystals back on the home planet, so don't even bother with the titanium glass here, dude. Just make the titanium glass back on the home planet. Okay, cool. Well, then you're making way more glass here than you need. So you definitely didn't need this 20 here, but you know what? Doesn't really matter. We'll put the 20 in anyway. Now, that's not how that would work in a speed run, by the way. In fact, I should actually have a look to see how many I actually do need here, so as I don't mess this up, because this is the proper way you would do this. So, if you're using a factory planner, right? Like let's go with Factorio Lab, because Factorio Lab is probably the most famous of all the factory builder websites. They of course have it for Factorio, obviously, because it was the original. They have it for Satisfactory. They even have it now for Captain of Industry. I thought that was really cool, and I own that game, and I haven't put it on the channel yet. And it's been out for a little while now. I don't know if I'll do it, but I did think it was really cool. But of course, another one they have there is Dyson Sphere Program. So let's just use theirs. So when I say, okay, I want 100 something a minute, and it says, okay, well, you need 21 glass to do that. All right, cool, right? But I actually needed a lot more glass than I thought. I need 15 of that glass for triangles. I only needed 7 of that glass for titanium glass. So I'm actually still going to build the 20, but let's say I really wanted this to be super accurate. Well, time is everything, right? Every time the robots have to put more buildings down, that's time wasted on your clock. So really, I should only put 15 of these down, because 15 is more than enough to accomplish the task, right? But I am going to actually put the 20 down, just because it's only 5 extra. I'm going to have to make 2 rows anyway. So because I got to make 2 rows, now I'm not getting as much savings, and 5 extra machines isn't going to make a big deal. That being said, I would even, at the end of the day, I could just go with 16. As you can see here, I have 16 machines. I only need 15. And really, that is what I should do for this run, right? In fact, I probably should do it that way for this run, just so as we don't run short. So let's actually do only 16, right? Do that, do this, and do that. So we do know that we need 7 machines to make glass back on the home planet to do the titanium smelting glass. So over there, we'll make those 7 machines. In fact, I have more than that over there, and we're actually really good with that. Mr. O, how's it going today, sir? I hope it's all good in the neighborhood. You betcha. So let's see. This is now going to be glass. Why did you do it this way, Max? You usually would build 2 rows and then copy 2 rows. Well, I don't know. I'm just kind of being a little extra today. Look at the copy paste go. Yeah, you go, boy. There's some copy paste for you. Sure. All right. So there's 1, 2. I think we're going to use these right away. So we'll do that. Come up. Come over. Come back down. Now, why are we doing that little maneuver? Well, obviously, let's do the input lines first. Let's do the input line. That's an output line, dude. Why are you doing that? You're not going to prove any points with that. Okay, let's do the input lines first. Okay, let's do that. So input lines, people. Input lines. There we go. Look at this. No. Yeah, come on, do it. There we go. There's one input line, and then this, of course, is the stone for the other input line. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. That's so much better. So much better, Max. Now, why, let's do the output lines, I guess. Sure. Okay, do that, and then do this. Okay, that's all outs. These are all outies. The other ones were all innies. Okay, here we go. Okay, now, why did you do this to the line? Well, the two outside lines are only half lines, right? The center line is getting material from 8 machines, but the two outside lines are only getting material from 4 machines. So this line is going to combine with this other line, so it has eight lines total, right? Okay. And there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. Now we don't have the big boxes, right? We don't have the big double boxes. So what this, of course, is doing is allowing us to store up glass for any future events. And of course, this is all going to be part of the blueprint anyway. So it doesn't really take a lot of extra time in terms of building when it comes down to the blueprinting. It just takes a little extra time to do it now. We'll put that into the box, dude. What are you doing? There you go. Just just another day in paradise. You know it, dude. Just another day in paradise has been one of my biggest sayings that I have used in like 35 years of working. Everybody knew I was having a good day because I would just say, yeah, it's just another day in paradise. And it is, you know, and then some, even when it wasn't, it's just, yeah, what can I tell you? Let's throw a little power into these before depression sinks in. All right, there we go. Look at that. We got glass. Cool. Are you gonna like turn the glass on up here? All right. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. How about, come on, let's get some stone down here. Full lines would be really nice, guys. Well, I mean, those lines aren't quite full, but I don't... Oh, okay, that line is. There, that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Is the stone getting all the way down to the 4th machine? Yes, it is. Cool. That's what we want. That's it. Put me glass. Make glass there. All good in the neighborhood. All right. Now, we've made the glass... but we immediately want to actually do something with this glass, right? Because the glass isn't what we want. It's triangles. The triangles are what we want. So we're actually going to take this glass like right away and do something with it, which will be awesome. So triangles. Yeah, buildings. Wrong building. Darn it. Yeah, go away, guys. It's not you I need. I now need these guys. Yay, us. There we go. Okay, I need you. I need you. Oh, I just got bumped. Thanks. Okay, there we go. And two. Wow, that's way off. I knew. It just feels really weird. The whole thing is off. Why is the whole thing off, dude? Like, why is this all bad? I don't know. All right, well, there. Listen, how many of these do you need? I think it's the same number, right? I need 16. Triangles. Little triangles. 6. Oh, never mind. 8's going to be more than enough, dude. Why is it only 6? It must be 2 to 1, is it? Let me have a look. To make triangles. Oh, it's 3 to 2. Oh, okay. Well, then, you know. Okay. Yeah, so you only need 8 of these, dude. All right, there you go. 8 it is, because I didn't need any more. Okay, let's get these lines in. So this is the shortest glass line you'll ever see. Glass comes out of the box, goes right into the machines. It's just the way it should be. In fact, if there was a way I could do 2 to 1s, I could have probably put the machines in the middle of this contraption and built myself like something like the mini mall, where you'd have the glass feeding right into the triangles, right? Instead of having to belt it out and then pick it back up. That might be something I look at a little later, actually. That might be a thing I do. But we'll carry on here for the moment, because I think this glass is going to go for a trip. Because I'm still looking. I'm still staring down there to make the pink goo. Right? I need to make pink goo. That's. I know it's a complicated wording, a play on words. Making pink goo. Well, okay, you say that, Max. But once you make the pink goo, do you know what else you need? Yeah, you're gonna need that fire ice that's over there. Oh, really? Yes, and if you want, so pink goo's only half the equation. You've got to make that pink goo up here, and then you got to take the pink goo over this way. How far? This way. Well, there's the fire ice there that you're probably going to use. Really? How about you turn this planet sideways like this? Well, you have. What's this? The 110? This is 112. Now this fire ice here has been eaten away at for a while, right? Gee, I'm almost tempted to move this block of things over to here. I'm almost tempted to move this power plant over to this fire ice, and then use this fire ice as my graphene ice, right? Yeah, because that would make sense. If I have the graphene coming off of here, and then I have the stuff coming off of here, we could combine it right behind it, and that'd be less steps overall. So I would put power plant here, make titanium here, start working my way across here, right? Well, I mean, I don't have to put triangle down right away. I'd come over here, make silicon, do all the rest of this stuff, then work my way back across here for the chemical plants so as to get this. I think that's a better choice, Max. I hate to say it, but I think this power plant's got to move down to this fire ice, and you need this one. Okay, well, I mean, it is that's why we do these things, people. That's why we do these things. Now, I mean, I love this build. So, let's copy this temporarily. Yeah, I mean, this build is awesome. So, we're going to temporarily copy this. Boop. Let's just call it temp. Temp X. Temp 22. Sure, we'll call it temp 22. Just in case, you accidentally hit something wrong, right? Let's save the blueprint. Okay. Take that out, and we're going to take you out of here, dude. You're going bye-bye. See you later. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Okay, off you go. Oops. You dropped some of your fire ice on the ground, dude. Look, it's fine. It's fine. I'll clean that up in a minute. All right. 8 veins. Okay, so now, well, now obviously the miners aren't going to work here. I mean, if they do, this will be really amazing. But yeah, all right. So one miner isn't going to work. I'm going to accept it anyway, and then I will fix the one miner that didn't work. Jacob, what's up? I hope it's all good in the neighborhood. Yeah, you betcha. So the one miner that broke, can we fix that really easy? Sure we can. It's me. I fix things all the time. That's what I do. Watch me fix it. Okay. Wow, dude. You got a lot of confidence today, don't you? Can we get a 5? Can I get a 6? Oh, I'll take a 6. I like a 6. There we go. Look at that. See, we just moved an entire... Oh, no. no. We're gonna, yeah, go down. Yeah, no Mark 2 here. No Mark 2 here. Yeah, just Mark 1 belt here, buddy. Okay, there we go. You guys all done putting this back in? Almost? Good. Listen, you just dropped like 9,000 cubes all over the place. Are you gonna fix that or what? Well, what am I gonna do with it? What am I gonna do with all these cubes that are all over the ground? I guess we'll just throw them away. We'll just throw them away. Yeah, alright. Goodbye. Yep, see you later. Done. So far it's been okay. What's the goal of this one? We are preparing for the Mission Impossible achievement. So, if we go under achievements, I've got 95 out of 100 achievements. We have 5 left to go. And in this case, 2 of those is Don't Break a Sweat and Mission Impossible. Now, Mission Impossible means you have to finish the entire game in under 10 hours. So, the seed number that you'll find in the video description has been used by several speedrunners because this seed is actually the bomb for doing the speed run. But everybody's got their own little plan on how to do it. And what I'm doing is I'm now doing the blueprint planning stage of doing the speed run. So I'm actually doing the builds out, right? So you do the build for the glass, to do the build for the triangles, to do the build for the purple goo, so then you can make the solar sails, and on and on and on, right? Then what we do is we then break it down. So we actually reverse engineer all the builds to put them into blueprints, like this, right? So if I go underneath here, so for example, at the beginning of the game, you don't even have blueprints, so you have to do it all manually. But when you do get blueprints, you're only allowed like 150 items in your first set of blueprints, which means bigger builds have to be broken down into smaller chunks so you can use the blueprint book to move faster, right? So in this case, like the oil setup, or these plastic setups, right? These plastic setups are under 300 because by the time you get to plastics, you've probably got blueprint book 2, but not book 3, which is 900 tech. So you need to do it that way, right? That is the purpose of the game. So we're actually preparing for the 10-hour speed run. And I mean, as in any preparation, like you do some builds and you check some stuff out, and then you're like, oh, I should have put that over there. And this is one of them cases where I should have put the power plant over here instead of over on this fire ice. I'm going to use this fire ice for handling all my carbon blah 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 stuff. Graphene, my graphene build. I tend to call it carbon fiber, but I know that's not the name of it. The carbon fiber tubes is what they got for that. So anyway, now back to triangles because I got to prepare for that. Triangles are up here, dude. Yep, there you go. Look at you fly. All right, let's fire this up, dude. You know, thinking the way I just thought of that, I should have built this backwards. Okay? Because I need the triangles to go in that direction, me doing it this way was really bad. But you know what? Let's finish the build, then I'll copy it and flip it around is what I'll do. Wow, that's a pretty good plan, Max. That sounds really ambitious, actually. Are you sure about that? Yeah, I'm sure. I got it under control. What are you talking about? Okay, dude. I'm just asking. Don't it's intense. It's intense, dude. I'll give it to you. It's intense. All right. Oof. Yeah, oof. Yeah, that's my life right there, dude. Oof. I've had several oof in my life. And this is a minor oof in comparison. You know why all that? Do you know why everything's red, Max? Yes. Well, why? Well, that's because you probably haven't hooked that power plant up to the main grid when you moved it. Hence, oof. Yeah, that's like your second oof. Okay, well, that's fine. Guess what? I'll go fix that. Yeah, that pulls a little high. You can bring... No. Give me the X. Do the things. Yeah, we're running at 49%. And the reason you're running at 49%, dude, is because that power plant down here is not connected to the grid in any shape or form, is it? Nope. He's just sitting down there by himself. He's just hanging out. Well, are you going to hook him to the grid? Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, I need the power. Duh. Okay, there. See? Watch this. We go from 49 to 100. Alright, well, that's good. Alright, sorry. My bad, guys. Listen, let me land. Here, I'll fill up with gas. Everybody's happy. Okay, so we're good with the gas. There we go. I hate working with power plants in games, especially dude, Jurassic Park Evolution, really? I know. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Jurassic Park and the Jurassic Park, like, game series. Little overpriced by about $10. You know, was it worth the $60, $70? I think it would have been for a $40, $50 game. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, power in all them levels. Especially on some of the levels where you're like the room is just so tight, right? Especially like in the first game, level 5, I think it was the 5th park. Oh man, like squeezing power into that thing was like a nightmare. I am well aware of the pain you feel. You've gone through the pain. There's pain there. There's pain. So. I want to flip this around, dude. Okay. What are you going to do with all the glass you've made? I don't care. It's backwards. I need to like, you know, make this test 23 then. Okay. You need to flip this around. 23, 23. Cool. Save the blueprints. All right. Well, don't use it yet. Get out of that. Sorry guys, I know I'm about to make a big mess. There you go. Yeah, I know, everybody's mad at me, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yep. Blow this off. Oh, really? These guys were almost done with all the glass? Oh, darn it. And I'm about to blow this all up too, aren't I? Yep, of course you are. No. X. Kill all the things. Yes. Yeah. Bye-bye. Okay. So... Is the glass very necessary? It will be later, yep. One glass isn't set to do things. Guess what? None of the glass is set to do things now. Yeah, all this glass is pretty useless now, isn't it? Yep, we'll just pretend we didn't do that. Okay, take them out. Yep, clean that up. Alright, so, now that you've made a mess, Max, want to try it again? Okay, it's perfectly fine. Rotate. There we go. Let's point it in the right direction. So as we can get the glass to do what we want. Okay, well, where are you going with it? Well, I'd like to make the goo. How much... Before I put this blueprint down, how many machines need goo? 10 machines. You need 10 machines for goo. Really? And that's... Right? That's triangles and circuit boards. It's 2 triangles, circuit boards, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, could you make it as part of this third piece is the question. Yeah, oof. Yeah, again, dude. Oof. All needs to be said. Oof. I feel it. I'm totally in agreement. I think we can do this all in one build right here. So if I do this right here, right? I'll just swing them lines around this way here in a second, right? We'll get this all down first. We get this all down. We'll swing them lines to come in the backside here. Because these triangles have no other purpose in life, right? Let me double check my chart. Right, yeah. All these triangles are being used for the purple goo. So, purple goo, I might as well just hook them right onto the end of these machines. It's perfectly fine, right? It's all good after that. And let's fix the one machine that's missing glass, right? Before Mr. O points it out to me again. Oof. That might be my new running gag this week. Oof. That's what... I mean, I make 50 oofs an hour. It is what it is. And I accept that. I come with an oof basket. Is that a thing? Is that what I call it? An oof basket? Sure. Okay, so you shuffle this way, where are you going to go with this glass? So... One... Alright, so this now needs 2 lines. This needs 2 lines, dude. let me think really hard about this for a second. Alright, so that's a 2-to-1. That's really skinny. Why does that look so skinny? Anyway, it's fine, I guess. But you need 2 lines here. You need 2 lines here. Now, you need 10 machines. You need 10 machines if they're level 1, but you could replace 2 of these machines with level 2 and then just use 8 machines. Okay, you'd have to make a note of that, though. Just make a note of that, that you'll have to fix these later, right? Pink goo. Done. Alright. So, if that's the case, are you going to store 1 or 2 boxes? Well, I'd still like to have the 2 boxes. And then have the first line come in there, I guess. Okay, so that's going to be the first line there. No, that's your outbound line, dude. You're going to have to move your goo over by 1. All right. We'll move the goo. We'll fix that. We'll move the goo over just a wee bit. All right, there we go. Second row, one more. Second row, second column. Really? Oh yeah, I see him blinking. I got him. Yeah, come on, get around the big rock. Who put this rock in my way? I mean, how's the belt even going through that? You know what? I got a solution for you. Watch this. Oh, no more rock. Here, take that. Scum. Alright. Yep. Second machine. Yep. Piece of glass. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Would it be better to do 5 level 2s? The problem is the odd number, right? So if I was doing odd number level 1 machine, like if I was doing odd number items to do level 2 items, then yeah, the number 5 would work out great, right? But because I'm doing even number machines with even number outputs, I try to keep it as close as possible. So for example, I actually only need 15 glass, but I'm making it 16 because four rows of 4 works out a lot better for doing the blueprint, right? And in this case, 10 would mean I either do one of 2 things. I'm either going to do, like, you could do 3 3s as 9, but that's going to leave me short. I could do 3 4s as 12, but I'm probably going to be short on level 1 tech to make that level 2 stuff. I mean, I could do this kind of maneuver, see if I could squeeze it in that way, but that also doesn't really work out well for me. So overall, you got to kind of decide. It's kind of like in Factorio. So in Factorio, when you're working with level 1 belt and level 1 furnaces, the actual number is 23 furnaces, right, for a full belt, but everybody puts down 24. Why? Because it runs even, right? You usually make 2 lines of 12. No one ever makes a line of 12 and a line of 11 because it just looks really weird, right? So it's just, yes, you're right. Two rows of 5 might work out better. And, I mean, I have another way of doing this. It's just that it makes it longer. You could do 2 rows of 5. You could do it that way instead of trying to get 3 rows of 12. But you got to watch out for belt speed here, right? But that shouldn't be a problem, Max. You should be okay for belt speed now. All right, so let's finish this up anyway, and then I can get this in. So you're gonna have 1 line, 2 lines. All right, how are you gonna work that then? So you gotta work them machines. If you're gonna do this in 2 lines, you need 1 line there. Are you gonna be able to work that this way? I think I could. You could give yourself a little more room there, dude. There we go. All right, let's do that. Do this. There's 2. These are really tight. I don't know. It must be where we are on the pole. Yeah, we're pretty close to a breaker line, so no surprise there, I guess. All right, there we go. So run that. Yeah. Okay. Now, I would usually store this glass, but I mean, because you never know when you need a free triangle somewhere, right? I mean, that's the whole point of having the boxes. So how are you going to do that? Well, I mean, you can do it this way, like that, and this one can go. This one can come down. Something like, yes, do this, do that. Just got to clean this up here a little bit. Here we go, it's fine. Okay, yep, do that, do that, do this. All right, we'll take that. Okay, there, that'll do it. Because now I got to get green chips in here, right? On this side, I will put the green chip line right down here, like that. And then you can clean this up on the end. Boom, 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 all the things. And then on this side, the green chip line will come down here this way, like this. Right to about there, and we'll clean this up. All right, excellent. So let's get the triangles up and running, so as we can get all the other things. Oh, I haven't hooked up I was gonna say I haven't hooked these back up yet. Right, remember, Max, you flipped the whole thing? When you flipped the whole thing, you blew up all the glass? Oh, yeah, right. Sure, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, so you're going to do that. Let's get this other one down here. Okay, yep, do this, and turn there. All right. So yes, when at the end of the day, oh, how did you cut the power off on them? Okay, listen, just really, did I make that much mess that I cut the power off and everything, or what? Yeah, put the power back on. Here we go. All right, power's back on. Let's get this down here. Gee whiz, you haven't. That's what happens when you move an entire power plant, people. It all goes sideways after that, right? All right, so, okay, yeah, glass goes through here, gets made into triangles, right? Yep, triangles are coming out the other end. You got to build a bridge for them. Yep, please give me the belt so I can build the bridge. Thank you. And then back down. There we go. Okay, let's get these guys into their boxes. Go. Get these in. You got to get these all interconnected. Okay, and then you got to flip around this way and shove it all back out. You're shoving it into a box, you shove it out of a box. Now, if you were just doing a normal build, we would not use this amount of boxes, okay? The whole purpose behind speedrunning, of course, is 10 minutes ahead, right? So we would be making this, and it would have to start caching up, right? So right now we're making orange processors. I don't need orange processors until we do purple science, but I do need a few processors to make spaceships. I also need a few processors to do a few other things before we do purple science. So one, we've made the orange chips now for a couple of reasons. One, I can take a few with me when I leave to go back to the home planet, so as I can make my spaceships. But two, these are now ready for purple science. And of course, we can just start running them. So it doesn't even matter if I end up short, because I have some cached chips. We of course will the speed run won't matter. It won't notice it until the end, right? In fact, that's always one of the running jokes about doing speed runs in a game, especially in factory games. If you wanted the factory to last longer than the speed run, most factories would actually blow up after the speed run, because the build ratios in a speed run are so convoluted that they actually wouldn't work for a normal run, like a normal factory. That's why if you see that, it always looks so bad. So the boxes are like a mix between a train station and a warehouse. Exactly. In fact, that's what they're exactly doing. They're temporarily stashing up, right? So like if we were actually doing this as a speed run, right, I would do all this, but I still have to go do like 2-3 other things before we can do the final solar sails. Well, during that time, these would be stashed up, right? So as when I did come back to them, they would be ready to go for the solar sails. I wouldn't have to worry about, like, these 8 little machines wouldn't have to try and keep pumping to keep up, because they would have already made several hundred triangles already, and we would just be good to go, right? But that's why you'll see them do such crazy things in like Factorio speed runs and stuff like that. Things that you wouldn't do in just a normal big build of the game, because they don't care about what happens 3 hours from now. The run's going to be over in 3 hours, right? So who cares if you've only made like 16 iron machines, or you've only or like especially like 100% speed runs when they make like, you know, so many green chips. They don't care about the 20 million green chips they're making. In a normal factory, that would totally clog up a normal factory, but they don't care, right? They just want to get the chips done so they can get that part of the run done, right? It's kind of the way you got to think. You got to think really far, like sometimes a little twisted outside the box. You're making pink goo here, right? Yes. And you're gonna make 10 of them, right? Yup. You betcha. Pink goomy, yeah. So that's half your pink goo. Yeah. They don't think long term, right? Welcome to democracy, right? Politicians think in block terms of what gets me to the next election, and that's an unfortunate way to look at it, but it is correct. Democracy is awesome, but it does come with one crevice, and that is people don't think long term in democracies. They always think short term, because you're always looking to just the next vote, right? Which is why it's a bit bothersome sometimes when you see like when you see people totally forget what a politician, like you'll see a politician and how bad they were, and then like 4 or 8 years later they come back and everybody loves them, and it's like, don't you remember what happened like 5 years ago? It's like nobody ever remembers that stuff. Everybody's got a really short memory span or something. It's really weird, but it is what it is, right? There's not much you can do about it. So anyway, all you can do is just smile, and you know, like what the Joker says, right? You smile at death in the face, and death smiles back, or some crazy saying like that. I don't know. I just play the games, right? Yeah, true. The flaw in any system is humans. Goldfish. Yeah, goldfish, right? That's human 101. Goldfish, right? And I mean, that's fine. But I mean, now it just means that when you are going for a type of cause that requires longer than a politician's thing, you've got to make sure that you can get them to understand that your cause is worth the investment they're about to give, right? Because their investment is going to be the time they surrender, right? They're surrendering their political life in some cases to the cause that you may be pushing, right? So that's a thing, right? And sometimes that's why you go into politics. It isn't about, you go into the politics to achieve that goal of the thing, right? And that's the best part about democracy, right? And anybody can be a politician. Yes, you do need money and blah, 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 and all the things, but you just basically got to convince enough people that, hey, my idea is awesome and I'm an awesome person and do awesome things for me. Just be awesome with me. Come be awesome with me. It'll be the awesomest thing you ever do. And then just convince them of that. After that, it's all good. It's all good after that. Let's see. Let me jam this in here, and we'll get some green circuits up here. All the things. Yeah, come on, give me that. It's why multi-generational plans are different. It's exactly it. That's why it's really hard to do that, right? So, it's the same as I talk about when I joke around about capitalism on the odd occasion, right? Capitalism by far is awesome, okay? It has flaws. It has some serious flaws. But I would rather have capitalism over anything else because humans need drive. Humans need to look forward to things. And other methodologies don't work. They just don't work, right? If you give a human everything, they actually just give nothing, right? They tend to just falter, right? People don't have built-in ambition a lot, so they'll just falter, which is the issue, right? It's like you need to go to the gym, but a lot of people don't go to the gym. Why is that? Because unless they're driven to go to the gym, they won't go to the gym, right? So your doctor comes to you one day and says, listen, you're probably going to die. But if you go to the gym, right? He says, let's say he gives you a chart and he says, look, you're going to die in 6 months. But if you go to the gym, you might live for another 5 years, right? Suddenly, you're motivated to go to the gym, right? And that's where it gets crazy, right? So it's like, yeah, I'm definitely going to the gym now. Where are you going with these circuit boards, dude? Because this is a mess. How are you going to get the circuit boards? All right, you know what you're going to do? You're going to take them up and around this mess. It's probably the easier way to do it. Wow, okay. Well, that's quite the plan. Yes, it is. And you're going to like it, mister. Okay. So, we're going to do this. You should go boom, boom. Rotate that like that. And then do that. Excellent. So, you should have moved that down by 2. All right. So, we can do it again. Do it again, Sam. Do it again. All right, 2. Okay. Do that down here, down here, down here, down here. Okay, do it there. All right. Do that. Do this. Do that. No, what are you doing? No. Boy, I'm really bad at this. All right. Try again. Try again. Push the button. Push the button. Rotate. Thank you. Now can you shove the belt in there? Thank you. Excellent. And then shove the belt out of there. And clean this up. No. Don't go crazy now. There we go. This is going to come this way. You betcha. We're going to come out here. And you're going to come up one. I'd rather stay off of those lines just in case I ever need to modify them in any way. So let's just come up here. Do that. There we go. Thing called Utopia. Yeah, but you know what? In the Matrix. The Matrix actually proves this out perfectly, right? When the robot, when he's talking to the creator, right? And Neo says, he's explaining to Neo, listen, the first world we built for humans was the perfect society, right? And it failed. Why? Because humans need something to drive towards. They need, he called it hope and blah, 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 and a bunch of other things. You can call it whatever you want. But humans need some sort of, need the goals. They need goals, right? Humans aren't very good without goals. And if you don't have a goal as a human, you tend to just not do anything, right? You just tend to get mellow. And that's why, like the creator said, they built the world that they lived in the 21st century, early 21st century look, right? Because yes, there would be failures, but unfortunately, people need to have some sort of risk, right? They have to have risk versus reward. That's the way they kind of figure it out, right? Gotta run. Coffee time, Jamie. All right. I will catch you in a bit, dudes. I hope the coffee's good today, man. I hope the coffee's going to be good. As always. Meetings, dude. Meetings. Meetings suck. But anyway, I feel your pain, dude. I feel your pain. Did you put the wrong color on that, Max? Yes. Are you gonna fix that? Yes. Okay. Does that fix all of it? I don't know. Okay, well, we'll find out. Where are we going? You're going right there. Look, see? You're there already. Okay. All right. Well, you're here. You made it. What are you gonna do? Well. Okay. Well, let me think about this one for a second. I gotta design it in. I gotta dial it up. I gotta dial it in. I gotta dial it in. Oh man, we're working really close to a split line here too. Yup. All right. Are you gonna do it this way? Yes. That is right on the split line. Are you sure? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure if we do that, that is gonna get one ugly thing. All right. Well then, let's do it this way. Can you get it? Can you squeeze it in there? Yes. All right. Well then, let's do it that way because I'll feel better about it. All right. Okay. Do that. Are you gonna? No, you're gonna come do it from here. I mean, I'm okay with doing this. There we go. Yeah. Saves me one piece of belt. I'm all right with this. Okay. Why did you do that, game? Really? Really, game? You couldn't just bridge that over, huh? You just couldn't bridge that over for me? Yeah, like, do that, game. Okay, there. Gee whiz. Making, going down and going back up again. Listen. I must admit, that is, now, not to say that is a real pain. I do like that it now figures out how it has to automatically go over belt when you're dragging it along. It's hot pink goo. It's very pinkish goo. I'm very happy with it. Get a double cup for us. Gee, yeah. I hate pathfinding. At times, I mean, I'm going to say it this way. Pathfinding in any game always has quirks, but I'm thankful for it because a lot of times when you go to do certain things, if you didn't have it, it would take you 10 times longer to make it, right? So, yeah, so like playing Infraspace, for example, I hate how it puts down intersection routing by default. But since 90% of the intersections don't matter, I don't care about how it puts it in, right? And the 10% that I don't like, I can fix. But I know if it didn't do that, I'd have to fix 100% of the intersections, and that's a big mess, right? Clash of Clans PF is infuriating. Well, yeah, okay. So there are some really bad games out there with really bad pathfinding. In fact, what? It's not Clash of Clans. It's not Age of Empires. There's another game though that's very groupy like that, kind of like Clash of Clans. There's a game out there I know that has really bad pathfinding, and it's like it almost makes you shake your head every time. If it comes to me, I will mention it. I'm gonna mention it, people. You betcha. So we got purple goo. Okay, cool. It is kind of a little bit of a shame that you have to put that line in there, Max, but I mean it's a thing. Carbon stuff, carbon things. How many of them machines do you need? Well, you need 15. Okay. 15 it is. 5, 10, 15. Do you want to put 18 in? Well, what's 18 going to get you, Max? Well, it won't get me a lot for long, but it would get me a little bit of extra hydrogen. Really? And you like that plan? Well, yeah, we need a lot of hydrogen, dude. Okay, well, let's get some hydrogen in. Where is the, okay, here's the ice veins. So now we're going to actually use these ice veins for this carbon. All right, so that's what we're going for. Since I did move an entire power plant industry out of here, you know, what you should have done is you should have actually kept I should have actually kept the pattern of this and gotten rid of, you know what, let's see how fast I can do this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use Temp 22's pattern around this. But no, guys, I don't want you to actually put the machines down. Yeah, I don't want you to do this. Don't do this part. Yeah, forget about these. I just want you to put the miners down. Yeah, put the miners down. See? Not so bad now, guys. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean, because I worked really hard to get all the miners around these, so to get the most out of them. So with that now fixes that problem. Nice. There we go. And now that we got all the miners down this, how do you want to proceed? Well, you need 3 rows. Okay, so let's get 3 rows. Now, what are you going to do after you get the 3 rows of this? Okay, good job. Thanks, robot. So where are we using all this? Well, you need 5 more machines up top. You need 5 machines to make carbon nanotubes. You need 3 machines for making the solar sails, which is up top. The cashmere crystals and the purple people eaters, though, are going to be made back on the home planet. Well, that's cool. So I guess we put them. So I would need 6 machines here, and we could do 6 machines here, and then 3 rows of 6. So that's what, 5 rows of 6 total? Okay, sure. So, okay. So I'm just trying to figure out 6 rows total, huh? All right. Okay. You're probably going to need a little room for belt maneuvering. 2, 3. Okay. Take that out. Yep. Flip. So this is going to be 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so this is going to be the 3 rows of 6 for these guys. Okay, well then why don't you just do 1 row and then copy it, Max? All right. We'll do that. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. Okay. Yeah, do that, and flip the screen back there, Max, so you can see what's going on. Would 20 be better than 18? Purple people eaters. So, okay, they're not actually purple people eaters. Okay, I don't have the. Oh, yes, I do have the research. They're called particle containers in the game, but they look like little purple people eaters because they look like they got little munchy mouths on them. Purple people eaters. Now, purple people eaters are from a song in the 60s or 70s. Purple people eaters. Is that song from the 60s or the 70s? Anyway, it's an old song. Purple people eaters. Anyway, nevertheless, they look like little purple eating things, right? They look like little worms that eat things. It's what they look. Yeah, right? Now, there's green ones that show up later. We haven't gotten the research done on them yet. The research on them, and again, I've got research kind of paused here at the moment just so as we don't have to deal with it. Where is the green purple people? The green eaters. Green purple people eaters. Listen, where are the green ones? Well, the purple ones were down here. There's the purple ones. Are those the green ones? No, that's not the green ones. Oh, there they are. Look at that. See, so there's the green. There's the strange matter people eaters. They're the green people eaters. It takes 2 purple people eaters and then some other stuff to make them. But anyway, that's a little later in the technology tree. Anyways. Okay. That is. Oh, you need acid here. No. What? No, you don't. The whole purpose of this mission, Max, was to come here to use the alternative path. That's right. We want to use that formula. So, one of the biggest things that slows you down in the game is making acid. Making acid stinks. And it's also really, really expensive to make acid. So, it's 6 oil. okay, the stone and the water aren't usually your hassle. The expense behind acid is the 6 oil. Making oil in the game period is your bottleneck. Just going to point that out, right? So your bottleneck in DSP is refined oil. So anytime you can get away without using refined oil, you take it, right? And that's why in all speed runs of this game, you avoid making sulfuric acid. Now you do need a little bit of acid. You need a little acid for titanium ingots, because you don't need the titanium ingots in any of the research tree, but you do need them to make spaceships and a few other things. So you got to make a little acid, but you really want to avoid making acid. Now, you can get acid on volcanic ash planets, but during a speed run, you don't have time to be flying throughout the universe to go get this stuff, right? So we would have to make it. But in this case, we have an alternative recipe that avoids the acid. So by getting this fire ice, we avoid that, right? Okay, so fire ice. Sure, this is fine. Everything is fine. It's fine. Is it fine? Yes, it's fine. It's gonna be just fine. There we go. Gregory, what's up? Was Purple People Eaters in 1958? I didn't think it was that far back. Okay, just to point that out, I'm not that old, dude. All right, I am old, but I'm not that old. You know, I mean, I have my limitations of being. I mean, I go on all the time about teasing myself about how old I am when I'm here. Jacob. Oh, oops. Let me guess. What did it delete? Oh no, that's all right, dude. I don't know. Oh, it's Nightbot. Nightbot. I told Nightbot to let people have more than 4 icons, but it's not listening to me. I don't know what it is. You did nothing wrong. It's perfectly fine. It's just Nightbot hates it when you use more than 4 emoticons. And I've told Nightbot to allow up to 8, but it doesn't listen. It's like, nope, I'm not listening to you. And so I've tried many things to fix Nightbot to say, hey, you know what? You should be nice. And Nightbot says, I don't want to be nice. And I'm like, well, whatever. You suck. So, yeah, I had to look it up on Google. I thought it was from the Sid and Marty Croft era. Wow. I can't believe it was 58. Again, I am not that old. I realize I am a little old, but I'm not that old. Gee whiz. What are you doing here, Max? That. All right, let's do all the innies first. Innies are easy. They just go in. Let's do the innies, and then I'll come back and do all the outies. Right, so there's the innies. Okay, first outie. We're doing the hydrogen as the first, and carbon as the second. Hydrogen first, carbon is second. Hydrogen first, carbon is second. Hydrogen, carbon, hydrogen. Don't miscount this, dude. You don't really want to mess these. There we go. That's good. Okay, cool. So you've got these copied. Let's get some power poles in for them because they're going to need power. There's one. Yep. How did you mess that up, dude? Really? Like, oh my goodness. You know what? You're gonna save yourself some time. Watch this. No. We're not gonna save time like that. Put that right back in there, mister. You put that right back there, mister. We're save time like this. Watch. Okay. Listen, you're gonna have to put another power pole in for that, though. You won't save very much time that way. Okay, do this. So we're gonna copy this. We're gonna copy this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Might be one too many. Is it one too many? Yes, it is one too many. Can I fool it? I think so. There we go. I think that will work. I can take that power pole out. Put that one back in and take this one out. There we go. Now we want to take this and copy it 3 times. Oh, wait a minute. You gotta put some tanks and things up here, Max. Don't blow up the machine. You need the machine. Okay, a tank. Is that gonna hit anything if we run it up there like that? No, I don't think so. I think we're all right. All right, well then let's do that. We'll stick the tank on the end. We'll take this and we'll put a little hook on it just to get ready for the copy. All right, so now we'll go 1, 2, and now we'll do that copy again. All right, like this. Boop. We'll use that now. And this one's going to go right there. And then this one's going to go right there. There. 58 is definitely before my time. Okay. So first of all, it would be another 11 years before I'd even be born. All right. And even then, like, you know, the only reason I know about the song is because of Halloween, right? I mean, it's a song they play on the radio all the time during the Halloween, like, season, right? Purple People Eaters, right? I mean, they play all them old songs like that during, like, Halloween and Christmas, and that's how I know the song, right? It's just the thing. It's just the thing. Same. All right, well, I gotta head out. I gotta try and make it back before you end the stream. Cool. No problem, dude. What's the time at? I'm still doing another 45 minutes at least, right? I'd like to get these up and running, and then we're gonna try, and then I'm going to demonstrate how we destroy stuff. I know that song, dude. We know the song. I know the song. We know the song all too well. This is terrible. I don't like this at all. It's unnatural. All right, well, besides being unnatural, what else is it? Well, it's a pain in the butt is what it is. I agree. It is a pain in the butt. But it's your pain in the butt now, isn't it? Yes. How do you want to fix it? Well, here's how we're going to fix it. Okay. Do that. Dun, 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 dun. How much of this is being made? I should have a look. 850. Oh, darn it. Well, you can't do that then. Okay. Well, what can I do? So obviously these belts will only do 720. So 850 is more than the belts will handle, right? So what are you gonna do then? That's 850, dude. I mean, that's an awful lot of things. Yup, it is. First of all, I think we're gonna shove it into a box. Is what we're gonna do. So, all right. After we shove it into a box, then what are you gonna do? Well, I'll figure that part out in a minute. But if we don't start collecting it somewhere, we're gonna have a hard time. So let's do that. Okay. Do this. You're about to run out of green belt, dude. I think I have a box of supplies here, though. I should be all right. We'll worry about that in a minute. All right. Okay. Do things. Do. Okay, there we go. Now, this is where it gets complicated, dude, because of how you've got to get this around things. Do you want to run that on the outside? I think I got to. I got no choice. Okay. So, let's do tab like that. You want to do it like that, rotate this way, and then put it right about here. I got to watch out for the line of hydrogen, right? This hydrogen that I'm collecting here, we've got to send that back to the home planet. We need a lot of hydrogen later on. So this is why we try to collect it wherever we can. So, all right. So you're gonna bring that out here, and then I actually need you to go up top, dude. Like that, in like that. All right, cool. And then that means 2 belts are gonna come out here. All right. So 1, 2, 3. And then on this side, we'll do 1, 2, 3. And then you've got to do a 1 high belt here. And I know this is sounding really calculating and very quiet and evil-like, but it has purpose, people. There's purpose for everything. Listen, dudes. I need you to do that. And you're going to run out of belts. Why won't you hook on there? No, no, no. I need the top one, dude. I need the top. Don't you dare argue with me. All right, that is not what I needed. Why did you do that? Let's see if this little reverse trick works. There we go. Look at that. I must admit that is a pretty handy thing they did put in this in one of the latest patches about being able to reverse belts by just clicking on the belt. All right, there we go. Done. Okay, cool. Okay, so that comes out. That comes out. That means you got to come up and come out. Excellent. No, you don't. That's you don't do that. Stop right there. This one does, but he's got to do that, dude. He's got to do that because he has to come out. And then he's got to go this way like this. And you got to do the same thing. You got to come back. Yeah, I figured as much. You're not going to like that at all. Hopefully this blueprint's right. Because I need this hydrogen to go underneath there, I think. We may need that hydrogen to come back this way, and if that's the case, it won't be a problem because these are already bridged. I'm probably going to have to put a tower here to send the hydrogen home. Yeah, so that hydrogen isn't even going to go that way. I can take this right out of here. Yeah, get rid of that. Get rid of this, and we'll do this. All right, let's go get a few belts in my storage box. I hope there's some left in the storage box. Where's the storage box at? Over here. All right, cool. Okay, and we'll make a quick stop here. All the things. Yes, you got some. It's not a lot, but it's better than nothing, I guess. You got a bunch of fire ice on you. Are you ever going to use that? Nope. Well, then you might as well get rid of that. Just get rid of that and retain it. Again, this is my build map. This isn't like any live map, right? So I can delete stuff. It's not going to have any effect or anything, right? Okay, so that's going to take care of the 3 lines of that. And now you need 1 line for the purple people eaters, right? No. Carbon nanotubes. Yes, and then solar sails. Do you want the tubes and the sails? Sure. Okay. I don't know why I had that one there. You know what? Let's leave a space there. All right. Let's make carbon. Oh, you don't even got the research done yet, dude. Listen. Where's my carbon nanotubes on here? Oh, there they are. Look. Oh, you haven't got yellow science up and running yet, dude. So this is actually a good time to talk about this. So when we come here, we're actually going to be coming here, I think, 3 times. I would think. It's got to be at least 3 times. The first time we come here, we're actually coming here for a very specific purpose, and that purpose is to grab us a bunch of titanium. Now we need this titanium. The titanium is the most important part of the first visit, and the reason is that we need the titanium for yellow science. Right? We can't even get yellow science up and running until we get the titanium and take it back home. So when we arrive at this planet, we're still in the middle of doing blue-red science, right? So like we'll still be in the middle of doing like solar sail stuff, right? Like blue-red science stuff. So it doesn't matter that we haven't gotten to the yellow science yet, because that's why we're arriving here. So we've got to quickly come here, do all the yellow sciencey things, and then we got to get out of here to go back to the home planet so as we can do yellow science, right? And this is one of the things we got to do with yellow science. You know, like all this building, it looks like we're putting a lot of stuff on this planet, but we're not doing this all in one shot. This would be like over the course of 3 to 4 visits, which of course is, you know, the thing it is, right? Like this whole, like the purple build, like this looks really great, but we probably wouldn't do this until the second visit up here. So I don't need this right away, but we had to do the build now so as we can blueprint it. Let's actually do a little bit of that. So I'm going to save the game, and then what we're going to do is I'm actually going to show you how I would blueprint this, the titanium build. The titanium build itself, let's see how big the blueprint would be to do the titanium build. This blueprint, all right, first of all, we can't be having that machine interfere. That would be bad. So we would actually destroy that before we start this blueprinting. Let's see where we are. So we're at 539, all right? Now, I think I actually have the level 3 blueprint book arriving here. But just to be sure, I will only pretend to have the level 2 book, and the level 2 book only allows for 300 items in a book, which means I can't have 539. That's not going to work. So what we would do is, I'm going to save the game first. We'll do this. Speedrun build stuff 7. Perfectly understandable code, people. It's perfectly understandable code. Okay, so what we would do is we actually now want to break this down. All right, so we're going to delete this machine here, right? This machine's in my way. Listen, you can't be here, dude. Bye-bye. Yeah, clean this up. Okay. Now, do you do the bottom row or the top row, Max? You know what? I say we do the bottom rows. We would do the bottom. Okay, well listen, why don't we split it here? No, split it on the line. There we go. Let's see how many entities this is. So this here would be 174. Perfect, right? So I would say this is 01. And you titanium. Okay, that's really a mess. Caps lock key, thanks. TITANIU, titanium miners. Okay. Of course, we're going to type that all in again, and the mouse is in my way, and it's driving me crazy. TANIUM miners. All right, we'll change this to a 2-2 icon. So we'll do this, and we'll give it a number 1. Boop. Because if I have multiple locations of miners, I want to know that this is for the first location, not the second location, right? So I'm going to save that blueprint. There we go. Done. Okay. Now, let's say... on my first visit here, I need some titanium, but I don't need all the titanium, all right? To get yellow science up and running, I just need some titanium bars to happen, okay? So, this is where you do something crazy like this. Yep, that's a thing. And we're going to cut that off right there. We're going to get rid of these power poles. Something like that. And now let's make a copy of this. Okay. And there we go. Now, this is 138. Again, that's great. It's below the 300 limit in case I haven't gotten the research tree to level 3 yet. So now this is where I would say 01, not 91, 01, 01, dudes. T-I-T-A-N-I-U. Titanium. Just titanium, period. It should be fine. 01. T-I-T-A-N-I-U-M. All right, cool. And then we go 2-2. So this is going to be this. This is going to be number 1. And we save that blueprint. Done. Now, to do that, we've made a mess, right? I've made a mess. So what we're going to do is we're now going to load the game. Load. Yep. Before we made the mess, we made a save, right? Now, later on, so we would get my first titanium down, and then I would run off, do all the things, and then let's say 40 minutes later, I'm back here at the planet, and it's time to expand my titanium build. Well, now this is where we would do part 2, right? Do all the things. I need this gone right here. I need this gone right here. I need these 3 things gone so as they don't get caught in the blueprint. And there's the lines there that we cut off. All right. So you'll notice I'm leaving the sorters in. I've taken the belt out because my first blueprint puts that belt in. I don't need the belt twice. So now I'll make a copy of this. Right. And we do that. It is at 219, which is below my 300 limit. That's fine. And then that's O2 titanium. Okay, here we go. O2 titanium. Excellent. And then we go 2-2. Nice bar. Number 2. Excellent. Nice. And we save that blueprint. So, the first blueprint, right? Now we can actually test this all out if we want. Do you want to make a really big mess? Not really. But we're going to. Woohoo! Okay. Okay, there we go. Mess created. Awesome. No. Do this, do that. Yep. Blow up all the things. Remember, we've got this file saved, so it doesn't matter if we're making this mess, right? And even then, the file I have saved, I'm not using anyway, except for building, so I don't care about any of this. All right, so now we want to test these out. So we would say, okay, this is my first visit to the planet, blah, 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 blah. Oh, look at me. I'm really happy to be here at the planet today. I do that, and of course, off the machines they go. Now, I left myself a space at the brake line, so I will connect it. Yeah, don't care. You're very broken. So, okay, and everything looks good, right? So I would have done that blueprint first, got the miners down. Then I do this blueprint next, right? And looks good. Now, the titanium bricks that are coming out of here, what I would probably do temporarily is I would just take this. Oh, darn it. I blew up the whole line. What I would do is I'd just temporarily take this line and just attach it to this one, right? Like this. That way, it would get as much titanium into these boxes as possible. Then when I go to do the second blueprint, I would fix this line to attach it properly like it's supposed to be. So now let's say I go off, I do things, right? I'm off doing other stuff. I've gone back to the home planet. It's about 45, 50 minutes later. Oh, by the way, there's the home planet right there. Look at that. That's actually a really cool shot. Man, that's awesome. Like, it's right there. It's right there, people. So now let's say 45 minutes has gone by. I'm later in the run. I do the things. I come back. Okay, it's time for number 2 to be stuck in here. I do this. Boom. And sure enough, it fits like a glove, people. Look at that. It's even going to put the sorters in correctly. And that's exactly what we want. Now, in this case, you'll notice that I've got the belt off by a little bit, so I'm thinking, oh, well, no big deal. I'm going to cut this off. I'll just do this, and then I'll do this, and then I do that. So I fix that. So the belt that was feeding into these boxes, I now just have it feeding over the top like it's supposed to be in the original print. And then we get the rest of it for free. You did it. Just like that. Over here, of course, I attached the 2 lines because that's a thing we did. There we go. And that is how you get to work within the blueprint's narrow parameters, if you want to think of it that way. So that is how we would handle that issue. But now I'm going to load the game again, because now that I've tested this blueprint and it works great, what do we want to do with it? Well, okay, so let's load that again. Yep, load it again. Now we actually want to take some of this and go home. Listen, you want to empty out your inventory? Sure. Leave silly things behind, like you don't need rock, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love to rock. I want to rock. But at the same time, you don't need to be carrying that much rock around with you. Leave your power poles here. In fact, you can leave all this stuff here, dude. I know that makes you a little nervous, but you can leave a lot of this stuff here, right? And then just pick up new stuff when you go home. Okay, I'm glad you think so. Well, it's true, and you need to be carrying a lot of this stuff when you go back home. So you got to leave a lot of this stuff behind. And I know that makes you nervous, but you gotta do it, dude. All right, well, now you can't leave anything more behind because reasons. So you know what? Take those two, put those two there. And now, titanium, yeah, boom. Take that. Excellent. Let's go home. Now I'll show you what's, now, I mean, we just had a look here in a couple minutes. In a couple minutes from now, we know that this planet's going to be coming right up around the torrent rate. Oh, it's right there. Look at that, see? Yeah, it's right there. Awesome. So let's go fly there. And I'll show you what I've been doing offline for the other part of the science. Because yellow science and things. So see, that's where you would do that part of the build and then come back later to do the rest of the build. Okay, where's my stuff? All right, here we go. Yep, it's coming up. We have to wait for it to arrive, and done. Look at that. Wow, look at all the stuff. So we got a plastics build, we got organic crystals build. Organic crystals are the other pain. So if acid is one of your big pains, the other big pain is crystal. Making crystal is painful. Now, it's not as expensive as making acid, right? So it requires one oil. Well, it's not cheap either. It does require one oil on its own and two plastic. And plastic requires oil, of course. So let's go over here. Plastic, where is plastic? Yeah, plastic requires 2 oil. But out of the 2 of them, it takes 3 oil, whereas acid takes 6 oil. That's why you want to avoid acid at all costs. And that's why you need a fire ice planet so you can use the alternative recipe. But we're here because of things. Of course, one of the things we need to make, one of 2 things you need to make for yellow science is titanium crystal. That would be this, right? Yes, it is. The other thing, of course, you need is the organic crystal coming out of there. Now, so for yellow science, we need diamonds. Look at that. Well, we can make diamonds hand over fist on this planet. So we got that, right? You need a planet, Saudi Arabia. well, and I'm sure there, I mean, out here in the solar system part, I'm sure there's all kinds of planets out here that I'm sure would satisfy that need. The big issue, though, is, again, during the speed run, you just don't have time to go find them. And even if you did, like, let's say you knew that there was an oil planet on, like in this system, or in this system, you don't have time to research warp drive, and then warpers, and then all the working to go in there, and then like the 3 minutes back and forth, like the 6-minute round trips and stuff. You just wouldn't have that kind of time on a speed run. So everything's got to be within the home system. So oil's a big hang up, right? It always is the big hang up. Dude, why? Oh, never mind. There we go. Listen, you forgot to put the boxes down for this dude. Here, put the boxes down. Now, you haven't got that much titanium with you, dude. But you got enough titanium to get yellow science started. You betcha. I wonder why I didn't put this part down as part of my blueprint. Because you're probably thinking that you're going to put a tower in here eventually, is probably why. Okay, well, that does make sense. So we put that in there. Boom! There's some titanium. Listen, and you'll notice here all of this is broken into different parts. If we come up here to the plastics, look at all the craziness that you got to do for plastics. It's crazy. But you'll notice these are all broken into sections, and that's because I've already been blueprinting them, right? So this is all blueprinted into 2 different sections. This is blueprinted into a section. This is blueprinted into 2 sections. Can we get one of these sections to run? Do we get enough oil stored up? I think we do. We can probably get at least one of these to work, right? Yeah, we can probably get this one to work. Boy, that's... You don't sound very sure of yourself, Max. Sure I am. I'm perfectly fine. Okay. There... Yeah, see? Now, these... I must admit, these drills are really a pain in the butt. Can we come down here just a wee little bit? Excellent. What about this? Can you come down into that now? Excellent. Is this going to get plastic up and working? It should. Are you going to give... Oh, right. Are you going to give me... Guys? You don't want the plastic? What did I mess up? Oh, you put that on the wrong line, dude. Oh. Whoosh. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, my bad. That was my bad. You were supposed to plug that line in over here. You have a dedicated line just for this, dude. A dedicated line. I know. Listen. Grab your belt. Grab your belt. Stay one up. Do that. Do that. Do this. It doesn't matter how I get it hooked in here. I just got to get it hooked in there. Yeah, hook it in there, dude. Dude. Oh, really? Are you up in the air that high? Really? All right. Well, just hold on a second. Let me see if I can't fix this. Ah, gee. You're about to run out of energy too, dude. That's a minor inconvenience. I will fix that in a second. Okay. Go up one. Yeah, of course that miner is going to cause me a hard time. Listen. Really? You're going to give me that hard of a time, are you, dudes? Here, go away. Do that. All I wanted to do was just show an example. There. Do that. Do this. Go. Zip. You got to clean up that oil, dude. Okay. Click here. Clean up the oil. Yeah, take all the silly oil off the line. Gee whiz. Max, you end up, like, you're going to end up forever trying to get this stuff to work. All right. It's working fine. Don't worry about it. There we go. So we have plastic being made. Yes. Listen, you got to hook these lines up? Sure. Okay. But you're missing something here. What are you missing? That's supposed to be an oil line. Okay. Are you going to put some more energy in here? Yes. Let's do that. Listen, you're so out of energy that you need to do this for a minute. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, zap that right up. Zip. Gotta like power towers. Power towers, awesome. Yeah, here comes the oil. So these machines all have to fill up, right? And it will take them about 2 minutes to fill up. Now, once they filled up, then I can connect the lines, right? I couldn't connect the lines until we were ready. So this oil line should connect on here, and then this oil line should connect on here, like that. This line in the center is the plastic line itself, and it does that. Now the way this works is that I had to jump the plastic over, but I also needed some storage, so this is actually a good 2-for-1 for that, right? It works out really well. So we're jumping the plastic over, but what's going to happen is as soon as these last 2 machines get enough oil in them, there's enough oil on this line, there's supposed to be enough oil on this line, that eventually the oil will get past this and then start to join this line, and then life will be good. And hopefully this design works. Like that. There we go. And it's going to take a little time. Like I said, this is, I mean, I don't have my speed mod in here at the moment, so this is going to take a little time, right? Now, the other thing is that I only have 1 line of these. I should actually hook up that second oil line, and then it would be fine. But in this case, what happens is the oil comes down here, joins in together, and then it can use the rest of the oil into these machines, which then of course make me the crystal, which then of course turn around and make me all the things. Listen, do that. There we go. That's how it all works, people. And hopefully then I start getting yellow science here shortly and all the things. Yeah, we've got so we got the green circuits done. We got the triangles. We got purple goo, and we got the chemical plants down for the graphene, and we even have the ability to bring titanium back. So that's just another part of the build. I realize it's not an overly exciting part of doing this in prepping for a speed run, but it is part of the process, right? And you guys are along for the ride. By the way, I've changed some of this design here. This here will be moving down here when we do the speed run. This will actually be moving down here, and 5 more. Is it 5 more of these, or is it 6? 5 or 6 more of these actually have to go in across the top. So like I said, oil is your biggest hassle in this whole challenge, and because hydrogen is what you also need. Between the oil and the hydrogen, it's crazy. So I actually need 60 of these, I think it is. 60? Or is it 4? I think it might be 48. 48 of those, and I need 63 of these. Which is a lot of machines. So, because we need all the hydrogen, people. We need all the hydrogen. So as part of, but you'll see that when we actually do a phase 2 test, right? Which probably won't be for another. We might be able to get a phase 2 test in next week, depending on how it goes. But we'll see how it goes. But we'll have to make sure we get yellow science up and running. That's stable. Notice here what's happening with the oil. It's doing exactly as I said, right? So once these machines filled up, there's enough oil left on the lines, making me some crystals. You betcha. And then those crystals have to go on a little travel tour. And they have to go all the way down here, and they have to go all the way back here, and they have to go for a drive. That's right. They have to go for this big long drive all the way down here. And presto! Titanium crystals are being made. Excellent. And then they're going to come down in here into a box. Right, guys? One box. And then you're going to spit it out of the box, and, well, eventually somebody will get down here with a crystal. And then, of course, we spit it into the box, spit it out of the box. You know, I'm going to actually cut that off. Just to make sure we don't do anything too crazy. All right, so with that, all the things, that's basically where we'll end it off for the day. Because, again, watching me running around building machines, don't get me wrong, on a normal run, that would be perfectly fine. But, you know, I have to then tear them down, put them back, and all the stuff. So, big premiere episode of Plan B Terraform tomorrow. It is definitely an infraspace Factorio DSP factory type game, right? So we land on a planet, and I have to do all the mining and the things, and I have to terraform the planet into something beautiful. It's going to be awesome. I've been playing. Well, I try to make the process interesting, right? I try to explain what we're doing here anyway. But tomorrow, the premiere of Plan B Terraform should be awesome. I am ready to go. The game comes out. Actually, it comes out just at my regular start time each day. And so it may take me about 15-20 minutes extra tomorrow night to get the game installed, test it out, make sure that I didn't mess up anything. And then, of course, we'll do the premiere episode on that tomorrow. I am off on Thursday for a personal appointment. But then we're back on Friday. We'll be doing another Plan B Terraform on Friday. And EG2 on Saturday, I think it is this week. I think so. And so we'll be doing all the things. I know, it's craziness. It's craziness, right? So, all the shout-outs from the tops to the bottoms. You know how it is. Jamie, thank you very much for hanging out. I hope the coffee's good. Mr. O, you know how it goes. Gregory, thank you very much for all the stuff. And Jacob, you know, I feel about the pathfinding and the power issues and, you know, just so much So much stuff. So much stuff. All the things. I want to thank you all very much for hanging out in the live chat. Of course, all recent subscribers scrolling at the bottom of the screen. I'm Max. This has been Dyson Sphere Program Destiny, where we are preparing to do the speed run part of the challenge to get all 100 achievements. And you got to do this thing in 10 hours, which means I am still busy doing a lot of work to make that happen. I want to thank you all for hanging out. Be sure to check the video description for all the socials and the linkies and all the stuff. And of course, we'll see you tomorrow for the premiere of Plan B Terraform, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.